What's going on, everyone? I am Nitrous Dragon, and today I'm going to show you all how to make an obby in Roblox. Now, obbies are just very simple and at the exact same time very popular. Obviously, since they're simple to make, there is a lot of competition between them, and it's more of a thing where you're like famous for at least a few days, but then your fame like dies out almost instantly after 5 days. 5 days. After a few days. So I hope you all enjoy this video, and if you do, please leave a like. Please comment on what tutorial I should do on Roblox next, and please subscribe for more videos and join the Dragon Lords today. Let's begin. So, first step is simply to go into a workspace, right click it, insert object, and insert a spawn location. This spawn location is going to be our very first one. This is going to be the part where we start out. Right here. No here. No here. Okay, seriously, let's just set a spot. We're going to sit smack in the middle of this part. And not only that, I'm going to decrease this. Yep. And yep, they do. It is centered. We are good to go. Now this doesn't matter, but whatever way this is facing is generally like... Let's flip it this way so that it makes more sense. This would be north, this would be west, this would be south, and this would be east. Very simple terms, and hopefully you get it. And if you don't, then I'll help you with that. But let's start with basic stuff. Now, obviously, checkpoints are a key thing, but we will get into those later on. For now, we're just going to focus on basic things. For example, lava jumps. Lava jumps are a pure classic, so we're going to start with those for obvious reasons. Now, hopefully the editor will actually cooperate with me, because it keeps on placing the part where I don't want it, you know? And obviously that tips me off. Stop it! What are you doing? I don't understand at all. I don't understand this editor at all. I don't understand why it does it, so bear with me. Why? Okay. Guys, if this is doing it for you as well, then my only advice I can give you is just you'll have to deal with it until some guy figures out how he dealt with it. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know how to. And so, that's kind of a problem either way. Anyways, so, we're just going to make a simple lava jump with just 3 very, very basic jumps. Nothing complicated. If this is actually going to work. Yep, of course it's going to work, because it's going to be nice to me for once. Yeah, if you're making like an obby, lava jumps will primarily be the first thing you'll ever add to an obstacle course. Lava jumps are as simple as you touch lava and you die. Seriously, simple as that. And I don't think it's that hard to script. But let's say you're a beginner and you're just getting into this stuff. Well, I'll tell you how. So, the way you do this is right click on one of these parts, go into insert object, and insert a script. In here, this is what you're going to type. Game, no, not game, script dot parent dot touch colon connect, and parentheses put function. If you press enter, assuming you include these two things, well, it'll just automatically put end and then the end parenthesis to signify that is the end of the function. What you're going to do next is kind of ish complicated, but shouldn't be. Add a variable in these parentheses called hit. What you're going to do is say local h equals hit dot parent. I believe so. Hit dot parent find first child. In these set of parentheses, you're probably going to want to put humanoid. And then, first little shortcut I do if h then, which if you do that, it basically means if h is true, then this works. I'm not sure which is the shortcut for not h, but try this. Anyways. But yeah, if humanoid exists, then h.health equals 0. Oh, the error I made there is I added 2 of those. 2 of these would be used in an if statement. So like if h and then this true, that would mean if that exists, then change the health. So this is a very simple script. When you touch it, you will automatically die. It's as simple as that. So let's go ahead. Hopefully I don't forget the anchor parts. Let's try this. So if I step on one, I die. Simple as that. Now, if I jump over them, see? See what I mean? So it's a relatively simple obstacle to actually make. It's not that hard. So, next one I'm going to be showing you all is the truss climb obstacle. These are very, very, very simple. It's literally just climbing up a piece of truss up until a certain height. So, what you're going to do for this, let me reverse back a bit because I'm speeding up on this one. Right click on workspace again, go to insert object, but this time insert a truss part. What I recommend is place the truss somewhere near the edge here, and then just resize it to, let's say, let's just use 20 for now. Usually truss climbs are longer than this, and there are actually marathons that exist where you climb truss for a very long time. There are actually those marathons where you climb truss for like 5 minutes straight, and then once you reach your goal, that's it. You reached it. They're like, good job, you get all these fancy dancy prizes, and yada yada yada. So, next are the conveyor belts. The conveyor belts, they're pretty much very simple. All they are is, they're basically parts that move in a separate direction. for a bonus thing, you could add like, you can add like a jump here. Let's increase it a bit. Yeah. So real quickly, let's figure out what is X, what is Z. Okay, so this is X, this is Z. So, let's say I wanted this to go forgot. There it is. So, let's say you want to change X to 8. If you changed it to 8, it'll go this way. It'll go right. Let's say, on the other hand, you want to go left. Then it would be negative 8. Negative 8. What this would do is make the direction 8 go 8 per second. So let's go ahead and do this, Obby. And once you get up here, see? It's like a little conveyor. Basically jumping from part to part, and it's just a very simple obstacle to make. Now, to amp up the challenge, you could either make these more narrow, or you could add lava around it. So like if you touch the sides, or accidentally touch one of these, then you'll die. You can do that if you want. In this case, I'm gonna leave it how it is, because it's a little demo thing. But yeah, if you want to amp up the challenge, that is literally all you'd have to do. So, alright, so we covered the lava jumps, truss climb, and conveyor belt. The reason I am not covering lava checkers is because lava checkers is basically lava jumps, but in a checker style pattern. That's literally all it is, and we're not going to go over that. However, there is one thing I want to go over. Invincible platform. Invincible platform is not as easy to make due to like BS Roblox updates and such, but relatively this is very easy to make. All you have to do is set the brightness up to like, I'd say 0.95, just so that you can like barely see it. And to amp up the effect, go into surface, click smooth, just get all of these, because then, see, you can barely see it. I bet you can barely see it. That's the intended effect, is that you're supposed to barely see it. So, that's what I do. 10 studs in length is what I do. I'm actually gonna rotate this. Say boom. Now, unfortunately, this actually gives away a little hint. So actually, if you wanted to make this even harder, even more invincible, you could. Now you literally have to squint to see everything. But this is going to be very simple. It's not going to be anything holy, holy crap, it's super complicated and stuff. It's very simple, invisible platform that everyone will enjoy. Or, sorry, sarcasm, not everyone. Because I know a couple of people who actually hate this kind of stuff. Just for the sake of, just seems super impossible. Let's check if everything's anchored or not. Because if it isn't, then pretty much everything is just not able to pass. So, first is lava jumps. Boom, boom, boom. We got that out of the way. Climb up. Survive these. Then hopefully can walk across this. Yep. So I made it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 examples of obstacles you can put down. So the last one I'm going to use, and this is actually common in obbies nowadays, are platform jumps or spear jumps, aka ball jumps. Now this is where stuff gets a little bit complicated, because if you don't know how to set this up correctly, then it's kind of hard. What you're just going to do is go up here, part, click spear, like I just did, and simply just copy and paste, Control C and Control V. Just boom, boom, boom. Extra stuff. If you wanted to, you can add a little thing right here, and then the person can easily climb up. And if you want to amp up the challenge, you can make it narrower. But usually, you'll just leave all of this suspended in the air and have nothing else. So okay, so all I'm going to do is create this platform for rewards and stuff. That'll be it for this video. And you guys are probably like, dude, Nitrous, why? Why are you doing this to us? Well, you see, I'm going to cover the rewards and all that fancy stuff later on, when we're actually close to being done. So, there you go. You, or I in this case, just made one of my first obstacle courses. I basically turned it pretty much from nothing into something. So, let's test this out one last time, and let's review a bit. So, for lava jumps, we added a simple kill script where if I touched this, my health would go 0. But yeah, like I said before, you touch one of these, you die, for obvious reasons. You learn how to create an obstacle where you climb a truss. You also learn how to mess with velocity a bit. As you can see, I wasn't concentrating, but you also learn how to make yourself a modern version of an invisible walkway. And finally, you made yourself a ball jump. And then this is basically going to be your reward area and such, where there's going to be a whole bunch of rewards, and it's all going to be fun and dandy. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave a like, comment on what I comment on what you think I should do as well to this obstacle course. Now, see you all in the next episode.